What is the market for domain names? Hey, Chris Zuiker with Media Options. I help companies acquire the raw, unfiltered version of the brand. We're going to some of the best domains on the planet, so check that out over at MediaOptions.com and check out my daily podcast over at ChrisZuiker.com. And my thought today is this, like, what's the market for domain names? Well, it's important to understand the market for domain names, specifically if you're a domain investor and if you have domains and you want to know, like, what's the relative value, who's the right customer, and but also from the standpoint if you're a domain investor. So I'm going to give you my thoughts and break down the domain industry on how I view it when people come to me on a daily basis. Hey, I've got these domain names. What do you think? It's a combination of value, my value equation, my value tier, but also like where do they fit in the market, right? Who's the best fit for this domain name? So I look at the domain industry as a pyramid. Okay, the pyramid. On this lower level of this pyramid is what I call kind of like the lifestyle companies, lifestyle. Okay, for the sake of this, I'm going to keep this to companies. Okay, because it's also, but you also could say lifestyle people. Okay, you have a very, very small business, but it's basically a lifestyle. Maybe you're doing photography. Maybe you're like you have surfboards. Okay, when I lived in Hawaii on Waikiki Beach, there was a couple guys that would just rent their surfboards. They had maybe like 15 surfboards. The ugliest surfboards, like the most beat up surfboards you ever see. They may have had some good ones. I don't know. They didn't rent them to me. But that was a lifestyle brand. Like, listen, they don't need this phenomenal domain name. They don't need it. They're just a lifestyle. Now, do they have a brand? Yeah, some of them do have websites. They haven't been updated in 20 years. But it's just like it's to go along with their lifestyle. Okay, so they're not going to value it as much. They're looking just to kind of get as much out of life as possible, right? Also, I would put in here this lifestyle / nonprofits. Okay, that's at the lower tier of the market as far as like they don't need the best domain name most of the times. Okay, most of the times, and they're not willing to spend money for a domain name. Now, from there you go on up to the I call them the hobby. Okay, let's just call them the hobbies, the small business hobbyists. And these are people, listen, this is what fuels the American economy. Like they're sitting up late at night, they're miserable in their job, and they're watching an infomercial, they're watching something, they're like, you know what, I've got this idea, right? Maybe they're on they're drinking beer, or they're doing something else, who knows what. And they get excited about this idea. They end up buying the domain name, maybe for $2,000, $5,000, because that's their threshold, okay? That's the threshold when you get up to this level, is that $2,000 to $5,000, maybe $7,000 range. But in the reality is it's a hobby. It's a hobby. They're not really, the business never takes off. They never really are committed to, or maybe have the skills to run that business. Now, I've been there, I've been here, okay? So I've been to both of these. So it's not a bad thing, but it's just to understand the market. From there, I'm going to go into, let's just say, your regional, if you can read my writing here, let's just say your regional small businesses, maybe it's your local small business. So from here, you go to lifestyle, you go to hobby, and you go to, let's say a local small business. Maybe it's a local hardware store in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. We have a little plumbing store called Eureka Plumbing. Like, listen, they're pretty much the only plumbing store in town. So, I mean, do they need to have this phenomenal brand like in domain name? No, they don't, right? Because it's more local. So there's going to be a different strategy. There's going to be different approaches that are going to make sense to them. In this case, I mean, in regional, you may not be doing much with an online presence. Maybe you do need to do much with online presence, right? Because you look at, especially the furniture sales today. I mean, it's super competitive, super duper competitive. But it takes a different, you're looking at a different approach here, okay, when you go to this level. From there, you go to national. I'm going to turn around here so I can get this. You go to your national businesses, and they're on a much broader scale, and they have a much different need. They need to create simplicity. They need to create clarity with their brand. From there, you go to, I'm going to put, this is scalable. Hopefully I spelled that right. And then this is the, let's just say the Fortune 500, okay? So that's the general market. That's how I view domain names. That's how I view domains. When they come into me, I say, okay, well, where does it fit? Where does it fit? Each of these different levels they're gonna be attracted to a different domain name. They're also going to be attracted. They have a different level pain threshold as far as what they're willing to pay, because their ROI is different. Now, if you're going after a domain name, but it's really going after hobbyists, okay, that's who your domain name attracts. I should preface this by, who does your domain name attract? Yeah, everyone loves 4-letter domain names, but the reality is that the lower level domain names will attract more of these hobby startups, okay? Because that's like they're looking for that fun idea, looking for that cool idea. So who does it attract, right? Who does your business attract? Make sure you understand this pyramid here when you're looking at domain names, especially for domain investor, and you're looking at like how do I value the domain name? Okay, one last pointer. What I do is I couple this up with my domain valuation method, and that's how we come to like the value of a domain name. Hope you enjoyed this quick video today. Share it up if you found any value in it. You just got done listening to another episode of .com Strategies. Check us out online at chriszuiker.com and at mediaoptions.com.